All right. Last week was the Raw after WrestleMania, which at this point's kind of become a bit of a big show on its own. There was a lot of debuts last week. Bobby Lashley finally debuted. Ember Moon, No Way Jose, the Authors of Pain. We also got Iconic, which is the two ladies from NXT, Peyton Royce and Billy Kay.
Yep.
But apparently, because of a trademarking issue, they now changed their name to Iconic, which is like the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen in my life. They attacked
I
Charlotte.
iconic.
Iconic. IICONIC.
Oh wow, that's kind of like Core when Core did the two R's. But
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. Oh boy.
But they debuted attacking Charlotte, which allowed Carmella to cash in her Money in the Bank, and she's a new women's champion. The one thing I have a question is it makes sense to debut all this new talent at once? It feels like a lot of these guys are going to get lost in the shuffle. Like, already people like No Way Jose, they're saying it's a ripoff of Adam Rose. I mean, I actually like No Way Jose. I think he's really entertaining.
Yep.
And, the Authors of Pain, dropping Paul Ellering. I mean, I guarantee it's Paul Ellering didn't want to do the travel, but, those guys really need someone to talk for them. I mean, they're really, really green.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those. I saw a couple of the debuts, and congratulations to everybody because that's what they're working for, is to get that chance to get up there and make some money doing that on a bigger stage. And it's you're exactly right. It's extremely difficult. But when they have a directive after they try to get these, they need to get people out of NXT, and the roster turnover rate hasn't been what it used to be. As far as it used to be, like and it's still. I mean, they still turn guys over where the roster changes throughout the years, but it's been a lot of the same people there for a while now. And they sometimes, they'll throw a group of guys up, they'll get them up there, and it's a gamble. You don't know who's going to do what, and then you rely on the booking and. And a lot of times too with people out of NXT, what works down there doesn't always work on TV. We've seen that
Right.
be the case at times, but again, a lot of that is too how is if you're in that inner group of people that they're trying to get something out of. But like in the case of No Way Jose, it definitely when I saw that it reminds me a lot of the Adam Rose thing and whatnot. But that's something now. That's not a reason not to give that a chance. They might do that for 6 months, and he could become insanely popular if he's used. Adam Rose was used well for I don't know how many months it was and whatnot, and you just don't know how anything's going to go and whatnot, and a lot of the times it's just a way to get people up there, get more bodies up there, and the only thing that kind of sorts it out is time. And guys go down with injuries and whatnot. Ember Moon, it's good to get another woman in the women's division. I do work her back. I'm telling you, I can't stress this enough. I wish she would change her finish. And that is
The flipping stunner.
yeah, that her back, and not to say her back is going to end up like mine, but that backpack stunner deal destroyed my back, and it's. And I'm still paying the price, and I'm still not out of that hole. I'm way better than I was, but she's jumping off the top rope and coming down with all that force. And I saw an interview or something with her. She said something about she's reckless with her body or something of that nature, where and it was just like, you don't want the back issue later on. Your career can get cut short because of that. I was extremely lucky, and I didn't know any better, and it was just. There's a way to do this and not hurt yourself. And ass bumps are the one thing that will destroy a wrestler's back quicker than anything. Your disc can only take so much. Bumping and everything, that the energy is dispersed evenly throughout your body. But when you land on your ass like that, you are sending those shock waves right up your spine, that energy right up. And the only thing it does is compress your disc and your spine. And, she's a young girl still. And I think I would... Knowing what we know, I wish somebody up there would say, look, you might want to think about this. If you want to do it every once in a blue moon, that's one thing. But to do that move as a finish, you're going to have to hit that move every single night or go for it every single night on most cases. So you're looking at doing that thing probably at least 4 times a week. That's if and then once she gets into working longer matches and you start doing some near falls and counters out of it, like you might be hitting that thing 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times a week of taking that ass bump. And I really wish somebody up there would just say, look, we might want to rethink this because in 3 years, if her back is shot, it's going to be on her. And, I just, she's a great talent. She's super, extremely talented. So, but that's the only thing I thought when I saw that. I was like, shit, that's poor back. But Lashley back, I think that's really cool. I think that creates for some interesting matchups. He's done well for himself, great guy. And I think there's some big money matchups with him. And the Authors of Pain, I don't know too much about. They're big guys, though. And
Yeah,
again, tag division, you can kind of, you don't necessarily need a manager. They could work on that with them up there, live events, giving them promos, keeping it short and sweet. And they're big, destructive, guys that look extremely destructive and of that nature. So they don't necessarily need to say a lot up front. But it's all, you just got to get them up there, get them going, see the way things pan out, what opportunities open themselves up, what opportunities they're allowed to have. And again, they have so much content and shows, and they want as many bodies available as possible. So again, a lot of guys, you do get lost in the shuffle. That's part of the game, as they call it up there, and not getting lost in the shuffle. And you don't always have any say over it. And but they're there now, so they're going to make more money than they were down in NXT. So that's the main thing.